I believe that we are on the knife's edge of total freedom and total control, and we need to pay attention. And I believe that by making wholehearted leaders wealthy and giving them purchasing power, we can change the world and help move humanity into the freedom. We are experiencing a collective upgrade right now. The world is changing, and that is an understatement. We all know there is massive change going on in the world right now. The two things I want to talk to you about right now are the wealth transfer, how this is involved in the collective upgrades, and how we can get the new purchasing power and the new wealth into the hands of these wholehearted leaders who are going to take that purchasing power and really help create a positive earth and make real change in this world from that place of service with their wealth. So the largest amount of millionaires were actually created in the Great Depression, and this has been coined the survivalist entrepreneur. And I remember when I first got put on lockdown in my town and we couldn't go anywhere, I had just finished trying to book in-person workshops for my health coaching, and I realized I couldn't do that anymore. And I remember making the decision, I am getting out of this lockdown financially ahead. I remember making that decision. And at the time, all I was doing was trying to get a health coaching business off the ground. And I was working with health supplements. But I remember making that specific decision to get out of ahead. So imagine if you could 10x, 20x or more your income. What amazing things would you do for the world? So for me, I really want to build these like sustainable earth homes for underprivileged communities. And I want to help with the clean water projects. And of course, I want to make sure my family and my children have homes, right? We all want to make sure that our families don't have to worry about simply surviving anymore. So that is huge. So remember, I just talked about making that choice. And I just remembered deciding that I was going to get out of this ahead. It wasn't going to be a setback. So now you need to decide. You need to choose from that place of, wow, if I was extremely wealthy, if I was mega wealthy, I could serve my family and my planet. So I want you to affirm right now, yes, I deserve abundance and physical wealth, and I choose to create the new earth from that place of service. Claim that and own that right now. So one of the things that are happening is this great wealth transfer. So $68 trillion is being transferred from the baby boomers to the millennials. Now, the millennials, we are not playing the financial game the way our parents played it, and we can't. We are not playing the let me work 45 years and hope the government gives me enough money to retire on. We can't play that game anymore. It's not even a choice, in my opinion. There's some other things that play into this great wealth transfer. So part of it is the $68 trillion that's being passed down to the millennials, and the millennials are not going to play the game the same way. So let me ask you a question. Do you see more people waking up? Do you see more people asking questions, upgrading their consciousness, upgrading their vibrations? And then let me ask you another question. Do you feel like the world is going towards more or less technology? Think about those two things for a moment. So one of the things I'd like to talk to you guys about is centralized versus decentralized. So a centralized system would be top-down government or a top-down company. Okay, so if you work at a job, there is the owner who pays all its employees, right? Well, decentralized means that power is dispersed. 100% decentralized means that there is no central authority at all. It's secure and it's more private. So that is another thing that is playing into this huge shift in humanity that we are seeing right now. We are no longer trusting these centralized systems. We are moving towards wanting more freedom. So I was recently introduced, and I believe by divine synchronicity, by divine guidance, I was introduced to the next manifestation of that desire for freedom. And that is blockchain technology, and particularly for me, the Ethereum platform. So blockchain is going to influence our lives more than the internet did. Let me say that again. The blockchain technology will influence and change our lives more than the internet. Try to wrap your head around that. So what the blockchain is, let me see if I can make this bigger for you guys. The blockchain is a digital database containing information such as records or financial transactions that can be simultaneously used and shared within a large, decentralized, publicly accessible network. So that's the key there, that this is decentralized. That means that it's not one server holding all of your personal information. And that is what causes people to be able to hack systems so well. That's why the IRS and Target and like all these places were being able to be hacked, because there is a centralized server holding all of your personal information. The blockchain does not work that way. It's dispersed, and there is no central authority who is interested in housing your personal information. So the second block you see here says blockchain is the technology. Bitcoin is merely the first mainstream manifestation of its potential. So I'm actually working with the second largest digital currency that's not just a currency. It is also an entire tech platform that Fortune 500 companies are using. And I'll tell you a little bit about that later, more into the Ethereum platform itself. But that's what it means by Bitcoin is merely the first to become mainstream. And that runs on the blockchain. So what the blockchain is going to do is it's going to cause a mass reorganization of our society. It's going to free us time and space for passion. It's actually going to get rid of, just like we saw machines get rid of blue collar jobs, blockchain will be eliminating the white collar jobs. So realtors, loan officers, people like that, where it is simply linear based mental work, we are going to be freed up for more creative space. So let's talk about some of these things going on in the world right now as far as money goes. PayPal just gave the go-ahead to start purchasing and selling 4 different cryptocurrencies directly on PayPal. So this shows you how mainstream it's becoming very quickly. We're seeing all the signs on the doors that say coin shortage, sorry, no longer accepting cash. And we, of course, have this industrial revolution where we are now in the 4th digital disruption, where technology comes in and it disrupts the way we live, purchase, spend, shop, everything. So let's look at the digital disruption. So we are in the 4th digital disruption. The first was PCs for business. Those were they could pretty much do Excel spreadsheets for business. They could pretty much just run numbers for the businesses. The second digital disruption is AOL at home. So we had the internet in the homes. Do you guys remember that awful sound we had to wait for just to access the internet? That's kind of where we are with cryptocurrencies and blockchain right now. We are like in that AOL phase. The third digital disruption was our smartphones and our 5G. That took over. Now we do everything from our smartphones. Think about this. We are on the fourth digital disruption, where blockchain technology and artificial intelligence are going to be the newest thing to influence the way we live our everyday to-day life. And I am so blessed to see this now before the masses see it and before the masses get to it, because that means I'm an early adopter, and that means it's not going to be a shock to me. I already see this coming, and I can already get prepared. And I can be more than prepared. I can, again, get out ahead. I believe that when I made that decision, I was given the path to really get out ahead. So let's look at money more in depth. The coin shortage, no longer accepting cash. There is excessive money printing. The country is in massive debt. The dollar is depreciating. It's no longer backed like it used to be. And then let's look at technology and how that disrupts the monetary system. Think about when we got debit cards and credit cards, and they had to install the machines into all the stores. And then they had to even update all those machines when they got the chip. Okay, that whole process was like 3 to 5 years, and that's what we're experiencing now with digital currency. We are at the very beginning, and within the next 3 to 5 years, digital currency will be mainstream. So let's look a little bit more in depth to blockchain. This is, again, just a digital database. It's kind of like the internet, but it is decentralized, publicly accessible, and it's being run on multiple servers, which actually makes it safer from hackers. So let me give you a real world example of how the blockchain is going to be used and how it's going to replace a white collar job. So purchasing a home, for instance, right now, purchasing a home takes 4 to 6 months, okay? Sometimes 90 days if you're lucky. Well, the blockchain is going to take purchasing a home from months to minutes, and it's going to eliminate the need for a realtor. You're not going to have to wait for somebody else to do all of those things that a computer could be doing. Pulling the title, pulling the insurance, making the monetary transactions happen. The blockchain will run all of this a lot smoother, a lot faster, and a lot more secure as well. So literally, purchasing a home is going to go from months to minutes. It's going to eliminate the need for the realtor, and it's going to be safer. So right now, the easiest way and the quickest way to send $1 million around the world is to actually put it on a jet and fly it there. The blockchain, again, is going to make that be able to happen quickly. And then if you look at e-commerce, so let's say you buy a book online. It's trustless. Blockchains are trustless, which means you don't have to pay somebody and then hope they send you your product. The blockchain is going to make sure that both transactions happen, both things are available, the payment and the product, and then it will send them simultaneously. So it becomes trustless. And we're going to see this affect healthcare, the loan industry, everything. So here's some of the principles of the blockchain. Permissionless, you're not needing somebody's permission to do anything on it because there's no central authority. Decentralized, again, nobody interested in housing your personal information. Trustless, that's what I just talked about with the product and the payment. Transparent, so you can see all the different transactions that are happening. Censorship resistant, and programmable. This is one of my favorite quotes by Nikola Tesla. The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of existence. They started studying non-physical phenomena in the early 90s. So here's another quote I really love. If you get into this new world before the dam bursts, you're going to rise up with the water flow of capital and resources and money that's going to come flowing into the space and end up with extraordinary amounts of purchasing power, and then be able to do real world things with and make a change in your local economy. So many benefits to becoming an early adopter. And this brings me to the 3 steps to creating enough wealth to really make an impact on this world. So many people say, oh, I wish I could make a change in this world. This is your way. 1, you want to get out ahead. Smart and wise investors are always looking towards the future. 2, passive growth. You want to see massive increase on its own. And 3, wholehearted leadership. So showing up and educating your community like I am now. So let's look at number 1, get out ahead. Smart and wise investors look towards the future. Steve Wozniak, he is behind Apple technology. He's Steve Jobs' partner. He has pulled some of his investments out of Facebook, out of Apple, and put him into a blockchain platform called Ethereum. And he says that it's going to be so influential in our day-to-day life, it's going to be the next Apple. Can you imagine if you got your hands in a simple way into the next Apple and you didn't even have to be a techie person to do it? Like you just bought a share of Apple back before the masses got a hold of it. So Ethereum is not only a digital currency, it's also this, like I said, a tech platform that's going to influence every bit of our lives. So there's actually an Ethereum alliance because it's being used by Fortune 500 companies. So you see big names like JP Morgan, Intel, Microsoft, they have formed an Ethereum alliance. So this is very big, guys, very big. Number 2, passive growth, massive increase on its own. You want your money to work for you, not you work for money. So I was reading the book Rich Bitch by Nicole Lapin, and she was talking about how, you should put your money into a good savings account. I Googled, what's the best savings account interest rates? And the best are 0.5%, 1% if you're lucky. Bitcoin gained 8.9 million % over the last decade. I have purchased Ethereum about 2 months ago, and it's gone up about 30% in 2 months. That is just insane, okay? So, number 3, wholehearted leadership. Show up and educate your community. We desperately need more wholehearted leaders who are committed to courageous, wholehearted leadership and who are self-aware enough to lead from their hearts rather than unevolved leaders who lead from hurt and fear. I love that quote, and it is so true, especially at this pivotal time in history. So I want to show you how you can monetize on Ethereum now. You can simply purchase it, and like I said, my Ethereum has gained about 30% in 2 months. But you can become an affiliate for Ethereum and monetize on it now. So, affiliate versus purchasing only. The affiliate opportunity, you have the ability to refer a few or thousands. As cryptocurrency becomes more mainstream, your friends and your network will want in. There's overflow payments from the people above and below you. Someone may refer you and end up growing massively, and so you earn massive amounts of Ethereum. You will never lose the level you buy in at, even if you decide to cash out, and the referral payments are high. So if you purchase Ethereum only, you will only ever have that 1 Ethereum, that 1 ETH, or that 2 ETH. And it will grow at its own pace. You can't do anything about it. It'll take longer to see the bigger picture. And when the cryptocurrency Ethereum becomes more mainstream and your friends are curious, you're potentially losing out on opportunities to grow. So this is Haley Stamper. I've known her personally for about 6 years, and she hit 20,000 in her first 2 weeks. She is now up to about 70,000 in 3 months. Alicia in 3 months did 333,000 in 3 months. That is the power of this. Tara L did 40K in 11 days, and then by 5 weeks, she was up to almost $85,000. That is the power of doing the affiliate instead of simply purchasing Ethereum. So here's the different levels. Now, the golden number you see is the US dollar amount. The amount of Ethereum you need to get into this never changes, but as the price in US dollars fluctuates, so does the price to get in. That golden number is Ethereum at $610. So if you want more information, you're going to just click the messenger bot below, and that'll take you through it. You'll be able to calculate the level you want to come in at. It'll walk you through all the process. There's various ways to integrate this. It can be more long-term growth. You're not going to do a whole lot of referring. Number two, kind of like a side hustle. You'll refer people here and there, not a ton of time. Or three, major income. You want to go all in on this, committing to being learning and coachable. We also have the Millionaires Inner Circle Club, where if you join at a level 6 or higher, you're going to get hands-on business strategy, weekly group Zoom training, and social media support. So again, just click the messenger bot button below. It'll give you the option for more information, or it'll give you the option to go ahead and get started and walk you through the step-by-step process. And you can reply to that messenger bot at any point for assistance, and I will be there to personally assist you. Thank you guys so much. Feel free to personally reach out. Just hit that messenger bot below, and I cannot wait to help you.